Dear students, today we are going to start class 8th computers first lesson as graphical user interface and operating system. In this chapter we will go through different type of operating systems, different type of graphical user interfaces, its role, its functions and all the other things related to it, with the help of the slides or PowerPoint. Hopefully you will understand it well and reply the questions, answer whatever will be asked. We are going to continue with the slides now. As we can see for the slide that we are going to start the chapter operating system, graphical user interface, its role and its functions. The first slide showing us the lesson name, and further it introduces what is an operating system with the definition. As we can see, an operating system is the system software that manages computer hardware. Computer hardware means belonging to the devices. It can be a CPU, printer, monitor, keyboard, etc. Software resources as application software or system software, and provides common services for computer programs. Common services also it will be provided as memory management and other things. In other words, we can say that another definition of an operating system. An operating system is an integrated set of programs that manages various resources and the overall operations of a computer system. It is designed to support the various activities of the computer system in a systematic way. But further we will proceed with another one slide that explains what is an operating system. We can see here what is the role of operating system. We are noticing here it is divided in 4 different fundas. First is user, second is application, third belongs to operating system, and fourth belongs to hardware. Means the end user is user and the first is hardware. Hardware can be accessed with the help of operating system. Operating system further will be accessed by the application, and applications are accessed by the user simultaneously. In the another way, users are accessing the applications are accessing the operating systems, and operating systems are accessing the hardware. These channels is going through one by one. We can see in the another one slide that here user 1, user 2, user 3 and so on, user till user n. Any number of users, everyone is accessing the block software which contains system software as well as application software. As we are knowing, the system software belongs to the operating systems. System software that also comes under the categories of operating system, either Windows, JAWS, etc. Both are touching the operating system. Both arrows are going through the operating system, and the another one block is of hardware that gives us the permission to access the CPU, RAM and IO devices. So we can say that the users are interacting with the software and further softwares accessing the hardware, and the reversal arrow is not given here, that the after processing hardware it returns the result to the software, and software gives the result to the user through the monitors or through the printers. Okay, as well different figure, different concepts we will go through. We are here to see the next one slide as need of an operating system. Why we need an operating system? To manipulate some task into the computer we require the operating system. Okay, suppose we have a system, whether we can perform the task without having the operating system? Answer will be, of course, no. Because of itself the machine cannot do any work, and itself the software or operating system cannot do any work. Both requires each another simultaneously. As we can see, step number 1, the users writes the program by using an input devices. Without input devices we cannot write the program code, and that is the first task of the operating system. Further, the user's program, that is known as source program, user's written code is also known as source program, is read and loaded in the memory with the help of operating system. The compiler translates the program and creates an object code while compiling. If syntax error are detected, appropriate messages are displayed. We have already worked in QBasic environment that works in the compiler type translators as well. Whenever the compiling the code of the program, if any error occurs, it shows us the error message, and when we are rectifying the error, then again it compiles or executes from the first line till the last line, and if program gives us written correctly, then only it proceeds with the correct message and display the output. The fourth one task of an operating system is, after removing the errors, that is also known as termed as debugging, removing of errors, the compiled program is ready for execution, taking some inputs, processing it, and gives us an appropriate output. So we can go through with another one. Fifth option, that need of an operating system. The user executes the program and gets the output of the program on the screen. User executes the program by typing it and gets the output. As we can see the output on the terminal window, also known as executions output, print command output on the program screens, that in QBasics comes in black color. Further, we will work in different languages, and we will go through in different terminal windows output, whether it will be a Java or BlueJ. Now we are proceeding on functions of an operating system. The different functions of an operating system, one by one we will go through here. First is booting the computer. The first task of the computer is to start up the computer. It is the startup procedure of the computer system. It allows the user to perform the task with the help of a set of programs. This segment is also known as BIOS. The second point is loading the programs into the memory. As soon as the computer is ready, the operating system loads certain program as operating system through the RAM to the hardware devices automatically in the primary memory also termed as RAM. It helps the user to execute the program for proper results. The third functions of an operating system is program execution. The program executions is termed as the operating system is responsible for executing or running various programs, whether user program or system program, that is a special program required for the machine functioning or given the instructions done by you, that is known as program execution. The fourth one is handling input output operation. In the operating system is responsible for handling various type of input as well as various type of output in the appropriate manner. For example, if the input is coming through the mouse, then it requires different type of handling as compared to input coming from keyboard. Similarly, if the output is target for printer, then it requires different type of handling as compared to output targeted for the monitor. So whenever we want to take the input from a particular segment, we can also handle it with giving the output on a particular segments. The fifth one is manipulation of file system. This task involves the making of decisions regarding the storage of files, where and how a particular file is to be stored, where we will save it, from where we will open, where is it is located, and where we want to store it. All the manipulation related to the file or folders comes under these categories. Next is detecting and correcting errors. It is supporting hardware. If the supporting hardware or software does not work properly, then the operating system tries to rectify it and also guides the user to take necessary steps, whether end task or wait or plug the printer, etc. Through this, detecting and correcting the errors are going through. The seventh one is maintaining the internal clock of the system. It means it maintains the internal clock of the computer system even the computer is shut down, and it gives us the proper time or the correct time whenever we will start the computer onto the desktop. You can see taskbar right inside, through which we can see the correct timing always, whether the systems are on or not. Eighth belongs to the accounting. We can say the operating system keeps an account of what type of functions is taking place and what type of errors have occurred. So all these accountings and other tasks we have seen are functions, also known as features of operating system, list of features. We can manipulate the other thing as well as resource allocation, how much time we should give to the particular task, particular job to one program, and how much time we should allocate to the second program, and other manipulations also we can perform, or functions of operating system we can perform as per the requirement. It generally deals by the system itself. Now the next topic is user interfaces. As we can see, interface refers to as linkage. A user need to be linked with the computer to perform any task. This is known as user interface. We have just read the operating system is necessary to get work done from computer systems. But how do you tell operating system what do you want to the computer to do? For example, if you want that the computer should load your favorite song and play it, or you want that computer should print your article, how would you tell this to an operating system? Well, to interact with operating system, you give instruction to it through the user interfaces. In other way, we can say interact with the operating system or a specific way to give the instructions to it. Further, as we can see, there are two ways by which a user is linked with computer. They are as follows. First is command or character user interface, and second is graphic, in some other terms sometimes known as graphical user interface. So we have two interaction ways: command character user interface and graphic user interface. First one we will go through with the command user interface. As we can see, command user interface or character user interface, computer operates users to interact with the computer through the commands which were typed through the keyboard. As typed character were involved in entering a command, this interface is known as character user interface. In the earlier systems, computer users used to interact with the computer through commands which were to be typed through the keyboard. For example, copy A, copy B, move A, space B, etc. As much of the characters typing or command typing was involved in it, this interface was known as command user interface. But it was very difficult because we have to learn each and every one commands with the proper syntax, and if we will write even a single alphabet wrong, then the command will not be executed and it will give the proper error. The second one type of operating system is graphical user interface. Second is We can see as written, Windows is known as graphical user interface. It is a menu based operating system. It is a system in which the users is linked with the computer through graphical illustrations. It is popularly known as Windows. Over the time, it was realized that mugging up of commands and their typing them was becoming a hindrance for computer users, as most people were finding it very difficult to do because of we have to learn them. Thus, a new interface was originated with which emphasizes more upon knowing what is required by one or more click rather than the type the command. This interface was more graphic oriented and was known as graphical user interface, where no need to type a single command, only click and executes the commands. We can see advantages of GUI. First advantage, as graphic GUI offers many advantages, especially for beginners, as first is easy to use. Whatever they want, they will click the pictures, whether they are able to read the messages or not. Nowadays we are able to see the kids that they are accessing the mobile phone without reading their names even, because of they are knowing how to click and manipulate. Second, easy to explore and find our way. Any option, if you are not knowing, then no problem, go through within the menus and select your option, whether or where is it, find out, and further you will click and manipulate. Third, do not have to learn complicated commands, because of there is no need to learn and type it. We have to only just click. Usually a reasonable help system included with GUI interfaces. By default, it's a form of question mark or typed HELP. Further, index form searching and other typed searching is there. Whatever the type of interaction of help we want, we will click and type the queries and it will give us the appropriate answers. Types of operating system, as we are able to see, single user operating systems is belong to MS-DOS. Full form is abbreviation is Microsoft Disk Operating System. Windows 3.1, which is the first operating system of Microsoft companies. Second is Windows 95. Till Windows 95 it was single user operating system, means the operating system on which a single user can work. Multi-user operating system, where a single operating system, where more than one persons can work, or the users can work on the same system. The operating systems names as Linux, Windows NT, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10 and so on. Next is multiprocessing operating system. They are coming under the Linux and Unix. Multiprocessing operating system tells us that more than one program can perform simultaneously but opened at the same time. Multitasking operating system, at the same time more than one task are also performing, as we are listening to music and working with the Microsoft Word. This is possible in Unix, Windows NT, Windows 7 and so on. Multi-threading operating system known as Linux and Unix, they are also joined more than one task which are related to one another, comes under the categories of multi-threading operating systems. With this, I am ending my chapter, and today's your homework is go through what are the different type of the operating systems, what are the advantages of GUI, what are the disadvantages of GUI, and what are the needs of operating systems, functions of operating systems, and must learn the definition of an operating system. Both the definition, first was given through the laptop slide, second I told. Thank you.